It's time for the hottest show in America. It's time for the Rucker Show, where you get the 411 from A to Z, special guests, and much, much more. So buckle up for a wild, wild ride. The Rucker Show starts now.
Thank you for tuning into the Rucker Show. Nikki.
Yes.
How you doing?
I am awesome. How are you?
I'm fantastic. We got a great show today.
We do.
We want to say big ups to all the affiliates around the world that we have.
Around the world?
Around the world.
We are international.
We are international. You got to say around the world.
Okay.
Speaking it into existence.
Yeah, well, on the internet, I mean, it's a small, small world now. So if you ever listen to us on the internet, you know.
You know it. You know it. So what we got going on today?
We have a lot going on. We are going to talk to attorney Ben Crump. And if you guys are not familiar with him, which if you watch TV at all, you are, but he is going to update us on some issues in our community, including what happened in Dallas with the police officer shooting the man in his own home. We're going to learn more about that. I am going to have an amazing conversation during Out Front with Lisa Nichols, who is CEO of Motivating the Masses. She was featured in The Secret. And we have, we just have a lot of stuff. We're going to talk to some celebrities. We're going to talk about social media, and we're going to break down some of those stories. But we've got a lot going on, including this, one of my favorites, Maxwell.
Okay.
Get to know you. We're going to slide right on in there with this one on the Rucker Show. All right, we got a call. I told you we were going to take a call. We got a caller on the line. We're talking about how quickly you would leave after you found out your man cheated. So we've got Cara Diane. She has called in, and she is going to let us know. How quickly would you leave? 346 times? Would you stay?
Definitely not. 365 days in the year. I definitely would not stay that long. I don't know if I would stay after he cheated the first time.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute.
Okay.
This was a fiance, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were in a committed relationship.
They were in a committed relationship for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years.
Yes.
But
she knew. It's no way she did not know who this man was.
Oh, no, I don't know if she knew before she got married. I mean, or they got together, but definitely at some point in the relationship, she knew. And she stayed.
Men not that smart to cheat that much and not get. He was just coming home with other people's panties on.
Have you ever been in that situation where you found out a partner cheated? No, I know. You look like you'd cut somebody. Okay.
No, I'll just preface this with saying I'm a Leo, so I need to be the only one. I have not been in that situation, and I don't plan on. I wouldn't stay.
Yeah,
I definitely would. I wouldn't stay. I mean, I guess she definitely knew what she was getting into.
Yeah. So
maybe she thought he would change after they got married. I don't know.
I think women always go in kind of thinking that we're going to be the one to change it, but we appreciate you calling in and weighing in on the topic. We, we're looking for you on social media too. So if anybody else has any comments, we're going to find them.
I wonder if a fella would stay.
No, I know I would stay.
If your woman slept with 340 dudes, would you just be like, babe, I still love you?
Y'all don't stay if we look like we want to sleep with you. If we look at you like we want to.
You say hi the wrong way, you gone.
All right, thanks so much for calling in. We appreciate you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, you say hi the wrong way, you out of there. You flirting too much.
See?
Thank you for tuning back into the Rucker Show, and as always, you got Nikki Woods, and we got a special guest, and I'm gonna let you introduce this man.
He is a freedom fighter.
He's a freedom fighter.
He is like our new civil rights activist. Well, not new, but he really is in the trenches. And Al and I were actually talking about this before, Ben, just about how you have just grown and grown and grown and really been at the forefront of all of these cases, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Stephon Clark, and it just goes on and on and on. You've gotten so many accolades, but I know that's not why you do it. But tell us a little bit, Attorney Ben Crump, about why you're so passionate. How did you get started? And then I want to talk about some of the stuff that's going on now.
Certainly. And Nikki, it's so good to see you. Al, what an honor it is to be on your show. Nick and I go back to Tom Joyner when we really were just starting out, even before Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
We were talking about cases and nobody would cover them, and she would make sure she made Tom put me on the air so we can talk about our lives. And that segues in somewhat, Nick, into how I got started. When I was in the 9th grade, Brown versus Board of Education, they bused the little black kids over to go to the new white school, and I just was blown away how the white children across the tracks had new building, new technology, new books, and they seemed to have everything. But then when we would go back on our side of the tracks, it'll be so challenging.
Right.
And I remember my mother and my teacher telling me the reason we got to go to the new school with the fancy technology was because of Brown versus Board of Education and this man named Thurgood Marshall. From that day to this one, Thurgood Marshall became my personal hero, and I wanted to try to do everything I could to be like Thurgood Marshall, to try to help my people from my community have equal access and equal opportunity at the American dream.
Interestingly enough, I just saw the Thurgood Marshall movie that Chadwick Boseman stars in, and
Yes.
I knew who Thurgood was, and I realized that he had made strides, but there are a lot of similarities. I mean, they would send him wherever there was a case where an African American or a black person got the wrong end of the legal stick. And so he would literally just get on a train and he'd go from city to city to city trying to right all of these wrongs. And that's what you do. I mean, how many days are you on the road?
Normally, I'm on the road more than I'm at home. I thought you were about to bring up, Nikki. It was such an honor. That was my Hollywood debut.
You did. You sure did. You and was it Michael Brown's parents?
Trayvon Martin's parents.
Trayvon Martin's parents. That is right.
Yeah.
She was gonna make Thurgood some biscuits.
Exactly.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I had that classic line said, "Well, can you slow down? I got my good Sunday shoes on."
Yes, sir. You're right.
Now, Ben, I got a question. It's kind of off the subject, but comparison. And me and Nikki had this conversation earlier. But myself and other people would compare or say that you are the new modern day Johnny Cochran.
Well, Johnny, I got to know Johnny when I was a young person, first year lawyer. Johnny was a great, great man. And I can try to be the best Ben Crump, Al. There's only one Johnny Cochran, only one Thurgood Marshall. So you try to be the best you can be. You learn a lot from them. And boy, the advice Johnny gave me was invaluable. Got to meet Thurgood Marshall once as a college student when we went to the Supreme Court. And the advice he gave us still is riveting to me today. He told us to go argue what's right. He didn't go tell us to argue precedents, because remember, if it was precedents, and that's what they teach all law students, Al, they indoctrinate us with that you got to go argue precedent. It's all about precedent. A law got to be consistent. Well, if that's the case, if we only argue precedents, then you, me, and Nikki, we would still be slaves.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right, exactly.
You're right.
The United States Supreme Court. Segregation will still be the law. So Thurgood always told us, argue what's right. The hell with precedents. And so I go around speaking at, these fancy Ivy League schools, and I tell the young people too, the hell with precedent. Go in that courtroom and argue what's right. Yeah. History will catch up. History will catch up.
Let's talk about the recent police shooting in Dallas. One of the strangest cases I've ever heard of, where a white female Dallas police officer mistakenly, quote unquote, walked into the wrong apartment thinking it was hers and shot the black man that actually was the owner of the home, thinking he was an intruder. I know you've been highly involved in that case. Where is that now?
Yeah, and she allegedly, these are all allegations, and it's only one side of the narrative, Nikki, because Botham John isn't here to tell us his perspective, because he's dead, and he was completely innocent in his apartment doing everything he had the legal right to do. I, along with Attorney Lee Merritt and Attorney Darrell Washington, have the honor of representing the John family, and this is a shocking case, not only for them, but Nikki, also it's astonishing to many sensible people in America and around the world, because they thinking, hold on, this police officer went in his apartment. She literally broke and entered his apartment, Al, and now she's kind of trying to pseudo argue a self-defense claim.
Wow.
She's trying to lead to, I had to shoot because I saw this big black shadowy figure, and so I feared and I shot, but it was the wrong apartment.
Yeah.
So at the crux of the matter, what you have here is black people get killed in America by police in the most arbitrary ways. I mean, driving while black people are in their cars, walking while black people are in their neighborhoods, and now in Botham Jones situation, living while black
in your own home.
In your own home.
Yeah.
Where, and if you can't be safe in your home, where can you be safe at?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, I know that you are so busy that we only have a limited amount of time, but I want to ask you a quick question about, what can we do? Like, as we sit in our homes, as we raise our black sons and our black daughters, as we, live our lives, what can we do to help what you do?
There's so many things that we all can do. As Martin Luther King said, we all play a role. When you see an injustice, he said we have a moral obligation to oppose it when we see it, if we're going to call ourselves moral people. And you have to act. It's not enough just to be neutral. We have this election coming up in November, and it's going to decide who these DAs are. Yeah. It's going to decide who these mayors are. Remember, all police chiefs are appointed by the mayors.
Yes.
And so you elect the mayor who is responsive to issues in our community, then he's going to put the right police chief in the job. We have to also remember this. If we just show up, we show up to city council meetings, and we say, no, we want Botham John on the agenda to the Dallas mayor and the Dallas police chief, and we're going to keep showing up every week. Yeah. And it's all it's going to be, they say, the black people here again, we thought that they were just going to let us sweep it under the rug. So showing up. The second thing, showing up to the courthouse. I mean, just showing up there when the DA have these preliminary hearings on this case, say, no, we're not going to let you sweep this under the rug. We're going to keep watching. And the most important thing, Al and Nikki, the most important thing, because many times black people get these jury notices to serve on jury duty.
Yeah,
I was about to ask you about that.
I mean, and they do whatever they can to get off, come up with every excuse. I mean, and the hardest thing for a black lawyer to do is to go in a courtroom, and the only thing black in the courtroom is him, his client, and the judge's robe.
Yeah.
Everything else is white.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get equal justice and expect them to know the life experiences of a Trayvon Martin or a Botham John or the 13 black women who I represented in Oklahoma City who was raped by the white police officer.
Yes.
It's all cases where we need you to be on that jury, and don't try to get out of jury duty. There were no blacks on Trayvon Martin's jury panel.
That's very true.
Watching all this protesting, but are you registered to vote, and are you coming to serve on the jury when we need you most? Your vote on that jury duty, Al, I believe in many ways is more important than any vote for the president, because you are directly impacting a person who looks like, and many times in the criminal justice system, us. Yeah. You're one of 12 votes. And if you vote to give that black person the benefit of the doubt, the benefit of possibility, the benefit of consideration, then you've just changed his life. Yeah.
I'm not going to make a joke about what happens when you ask a lawyer one question. So,
okay. Look, I do got one more, though. And when you touched on the jury, but can you speak real quickly on how important it is to be a part of the grand jury? Because that's really where it starts at. It
starts there. And in Michael Brown and Ferguson, they went in there in that grand jury proceeding, and the old saying is a DA can get an indictment on a ham sandwich if he wants it. Yep. Because he's the only one back there. They only have one lawyer in the courtroom. Mm-hmm. So the jury pretty much going to go with whatever he wants them to go with. Right. If he wants an indictment, they're going to indict. If it's no indictment, they don't want an indictment, they won't. So in Michael Brown, I believe they never wanted that police officer who shot this unarmed teenage boy with his hands up on Campfield Avenue in Ferguson, Missouri, to be charged, because they knew the evidence was going to be there to convict him.
Yeah.
That's the game. It's the intellectual justification of discrimination that makes up most of the institutions in America, but definitely the institution of justice. They give, in every scenario, we get the most of injustice and the least of justice. And that's why we have to keep fighting to balance the scales. And that's why I fight so hard, Nick. And that's why, we go and you fight this racist system. And on the civil side, we undefeated. We always win. And people get confused about that. It's the prosecutors who lose these cases. Ben Crump, we, as Trayvon Martin parents, Michael Brown parents, Tamir Rice parents, we've and wrongful death victory in every civil lawsuit. So we all got a role to play. And if we are critical of the system, then as President Obama said, we are the change that we seek.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you, and we are going to be calling you again so that we can continue this discussion, because I've got other things we want to talk about, including not only just movie appearances, but also television shows and docuseries and all this stuff. So we want to talk about that absolutely when that is about to come on the air. But we appreciate you for spending some time with us today, Attorney Ben Crump.
See you later, Doc.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Nikki. Al, you got one of the best. She's been with me since Tom Joyner day.
Yeah. No, I know she is. That's why she's sitting right here with me.
All right, man. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, Ben.
Thank you for tuning back into the Rucker Show. And as always, you got Se7en the Poet, you got Nikki Woods, and you got Lala. Hey. And we have our super talented guest, as always, Perrier. How you doing, Perrier?
I'm excellent, my good man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What you got for us today, Perrier?
Today we have a new guy to the Atlanta trap scene. His name is Gunna. I'm not sure what that means, Gunner, but Gunna. Maybe he's going to do something, I don't know. Anyway, Gunna, and the name of the song is Oh Okay. Can we play the clip? Oh my, this is going to be fun. Let me pop it for you one time. Check it out. He says, jump out of the coupe. That's a car.
Okay.
You tickle yourself.
And I'm living so lavish that, I wonder, is he living in his car? No, I hope not. Anyway, rip Hugh Hefner. Like that's my daddy. He says, I feel the same way about Hugh. Maybe he's my daddy too. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I do though. I've got some VVS's on my neck, my ears, and they're real dog. I think this was an Al Rucker reference right here. Sounds like I'm looking at him right now. Sounds like I'm looking.
Sounds like
it.
I done stayed down and then ran up the money. I wonder, was he like is the money a hill of money? Like, did he really run to scale the money, or did he this is a bill or something? I ran up the money. Or maybe he's collected a lot of money. I'm not sure. And I got me an M now. I'm sure that M stands for million. Hopefully it does. Some disease or something.
Oh my goodness.
I'm taking that when you put it like this, he's spelling SLIME, a slime. I say that ish all the time. Slime a slime. I say that all the time. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Seuss with the rhyme.
Right.
Riddle me this, riddle me. That is not a part of the rap. But I mean, yes. Then he says, I got some rickety rackades. I had to look that up. Rackades means racks, monies. So he has enough enough rackades to create an M of the million that he has. And he's, now this is a nostalgic line right here. He's running through the earth.
He's running through what?
The earth. Like Backpage. I remember Backpage. I was a fan.
What is that?
Backpage?
Yes, I probably shouldn't say that.
No, you shouldn't say that.
I've never used that service. I would look at the pictures though.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna get time. Hey, this has been Perrier, and this is. Let me pop it for you one time. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, Perrier. Well, we appreciate that, Perrier, as always.
Yes, pop it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Al Rucker Show as always. Nikki,
Yes.
we're going to have a great show today.
We are having a great show, and it gets even better because we have Ask Al.
We're
Gonna, we're going to solve some problems.
We do.
We have Tim and Kyle Durrett.
Oh.
He played on Queen Sugar. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
On Queen Sugar.
I
We're going
like
to talk
him.
to him. And then we're also going to talk to Lisa Nichols from The Secret and the CEO of Motivating the Masses. And she's going to talk to us about abundance, how we can have abundance now. So I'm really excited about that.
I need all the abundance.
Man,
I need everything.
what?
I want everything. All the abundance.
She's amazing,
She
and
is.
I'm just so excited to talk to her.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get her to sell me something that I can just take and sell to everybody else.
Like bottle it up.
Bottle it
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna bottle up
You know.
abundance. We are.
I'm excited.
And speaking of abundance, we're gonna get a little champagne life. How about that?
I'm with that.
With Neo on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. And as always, you got Se7en the Poet.
Say, man.
You got Lala.
Hey,
You got Nikki Woods. And we have a special guest in the house. It's Tim.
Kyle Durrett.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man, we out here. What we got going on, Nikki?
Well, I mean, you recognize him from Queen Sugar?
I
the
do.
bad guy?
I do.
The bad
do.
guy.
Right. How did it feel? Are you used to playing the bad guy?
I am. I played Ronald Henry, an HIV-infected, cocaine-addicted woman beater in The Marriage Counselor, the Tyler Perry
That's
play.
right.
That's when I was a monster. And in Single Ladies, I played another ball player who couldn't get his act right, with Stacey Dash and Lauren London. And now I'm on Queen Sugar, another pro ball player who can't get it. He can't get right, But this one's the best one to me because they let me stretch a little bit. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing the bad guy. Like you get the little sneers and jeers from folks in public. Some of them take it seriously. A few of them.
I was going to say, because you have a lot of fun on your social media when it comes to what people say about you.
Yeah, they some of them, like when I was on tour, like I played a monster in that play, but after the show, they had the little vans take us to the hotel right outside the theater. So I come out the theater and it's Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he says, hey, what's going on, man? Like, man, we loved your show, everything, all that, dapping me up. And his wife grabs him and says, no, baby, we don't talk to him. And walked him right down the street. I was like, we get curtain call, you know what I'm saying? This ain't real.
It's over.
And she walked away, and I had another lady. She didn't even want to shake my hand. She was scared. I'm like, what? He was like, oh, it's cool, man. My mama take a picture with you. And I talked to the director. And I said, man, folks are like scared of me, man. You know what I'm saying? He said,
that means you did a good job.
But they also, he said, for what you showed on stage, for some of them, that's real life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I never thought about that. So I just got to be real careful how I approach. I'm getting cussed out by little 5-year-olds. I saw you hit that girl. I'm like, somebody tell this little baby that it was fake. Don't walk away from me like that.
Wow,
Well,
that's crazy.
you're a big guy. I mean, you're 6'5".
Yeah.
And I was reading your bio. I love when you get lines like this in your bio. Do you know what I'm about to say?
I don't know what you're about to say.
Tim and Kyle Durrett took Hollywood by storm with his staggering physique.
I didn't write that.
I know you didn't, but you sent it to me to read.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody else got it right. I wouldn't say I was staggering. That's kind of cool, but
What would you call it?
just above average height and size.
You're humble.
I'm not that big. I mean, compared to some guys, you see football players, NBA players. I'm not big. I'm big to the average dude. I'm 6'5", 225.
Yeah. Well, the average guy is what, 5'9", 5'10"?
Yeah, but
So there you go.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean,
How tall are you, 7?
Hey, my swagger staggering.
That's when you know they're short. They'd be like, in my heart, I'm 6'3".
So you got that stagger swagger.
Yeah, the swagger, man.
Yes, coin that stagger swagger.
Stagger swagger.
Height don't mean anything.
Hey,
It doesn't. Height doesn't. As they
not
say.
arguing.
That's what I heard. Height doesn't mean anything.
I'm not arguing.
hey, unless you
But
got
you-
a
I mean, but-
basketball.
How tall are you, Al?
I'm 6.
All right. He's talking.
What you talking about? Don't get on me now.
He was talking like a short man.
No, I'm not nowhere near short.
6 foot?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was till I thought I was taller than Al.
Oh,
No,
you
ain't.
are.
No, you ain't. You ain't.
Mind you, I'm only 5'7".
Look
But
at
This
Seven.
is how you learn height does really matter.
No, look at Seven. How I'm taller than you. She's 5'7".
Boy, you've been telling that lie since we've been on
Seven,
there.
you know I'm way taller than you.
Okay.
Every time we take pictures, you get to lean, and you just lean. He kind of
Okay.
lean. He leans to the. He
Yeah.
leans a little bit like that way.
I when we in LA, I be leaning for another reason.
I'm not even tripping.
Oh my God.
The stagger
Okay,
swag.
No, that's that. Them edibles he been.
So
That's
now
why he be
you're
leaning.
officially on hiatus, right?
Yeah.
So what
yeah.
are you doing now? And I guess this off season.
I
know you got a lot of projects.
Well, I just finished an independent film called Her Only Choice, and I don't even know when it's going to come out. I haven't gotten all the information. I've been busy because I'm working on writing my novel. I'm working on a science fiction novel, and
You
I did
are
some other
such a
projects.
nerd.
I am.
Really?
I
He
am.
is, he is such a
you.
nerd.
I
I
am
know
huge
you're a nerd.
People that like,
But it always surprises me when you.
I guess I don't look like a nerd, but when people really get to know me, they're like, "Man, this dude, is he corny or something?" No, I just like weird, scientific, basic, nerdy stuff. You know?
ain't nothing wrong with that.
No,
either.
there's
I
not.
think it's lit.
I will
Yeah.
sit back and watch documentaries all day. Hey man, we got the club, man. We got VIP, blah. I'm like, nah, it's cool, man. I'm watching some stuff about the food industry, brother. I'm gonna hit y'all back in a minute. I don't like strip clubs.
I don't even.
And just
Me
going out
neither.
all the
Yeah, I don't
time.
like
If I go out, I'm going out with my best buddies or family. Other than that, I don't have to be out and
Right.
about on the town because it's just I've done that.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't do the strip club.
So I want you to talk a little bit about your journey because I mean, I've known you for like 20
Man,
years.
long,
but,
wow.
yeah.
You remember me back when I first got started.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Chicago, and this has always been what you've wanted to do, but it wasn't. People see you now and they're like, all of this success, but it's been.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
There's been some peaks and valleys. I was in Chicago, and after college, I was modeling and stuff. The little Chicago circuit. I was hood famous in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Back when I had a 6-pack and all that stuff. But I got an agent, did all the stuff that I did a few things out there, and then after my mom passed, I had to leave out of the house, and I came out to L.A. and crashed an audition.
That's you literally just left.
Yeah.
You picked up
Yeah.
and you left.
Got my stuff, a few things that I had. Poor little truck. That truck wasn't even 10% full. I ain't had nothing.
Wow.
I just needed a moving
That's
truck because I
lit.
didn't have a car. So, but I got an agent, crashed an audition, got an agent, booked Like Mike after 9.5 months, left my job at the House of Blues because of some troubles and stuff, and then things just started picking up, and it's been up and down and up and down. But when I got Like Mike, and then I got Single Ladies, the Marriage Council, like the bigger ones, the ones that kind of had me working for a while. And then I moved out to Atlanta in 2014. And man, you talking about took a nosedive. Like everything was going wrong.
Wow. Really?
I had flea problems.
Dang.
Got bit by spiders. I almost got hospitalized. Somebody broke into my truck 3 days before I moved.
Wait, before you moved, you were homeless?
No, I wasn't homeless. I moved from LA to Atlanta. I'm
Right.
trying to be like, okay, I'm trying to be a big fish in
Yeah.
a small pond,
Yeah.
man. And I don't know what it was. It was crazy. It's just a lot of stuff that happened. So it was very, very humbling. It was like one of those periods where I had to sit down. And a friend of mine in college, Tequila Bailey, she told me, one day you're going to blow up, but you're going to have to be set on fire first. And that fire, man, I got that fire. It was crazy. So one day I was sitting in the business center of the leasing office of my apartment complex because I didn't even have Wi-Fi, I didn't have cable, I didn't have furniture. Slept on an air mattress for over 2 years, and it was a struggle, but I didn't give up. And one day I was filling out a job application online, so I had my computer there because, of course, like I said, I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I had to go over there and try to fill it out. And I was denied all the jobs, and I was trying to get a job as a security guard, armed guard at the Glock factory over in Smyrna.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get a seasonal job as a UPS driver helper, just something. Right. I was struggling, man. And you know how you fill out the little fields and say this red asterisk means that this has to be filled out. Right. I did it 4 times, but each time it makes you start over, it erases everything. Like 3 pages of just information that I got to keep filling out. So I did it 4 times, and I was just done, man. I was almost in tears. I said, God, I don't have no more, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Meanwhile, my phone was updating, and I swear, like 10 seconds after, I just pushed my computer back and said, God, that's it. The little Apple symbol popped up, and I had almost a 2-minute voicemail from my agent. And the next day, I was test reading for Queen Sugar with Ava DuVernay.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is just to tell people, you know, sometimes when you're in your darkest hour is when you're about to have your brightest moment. So you got to just push through it, because I was ready to give up, man.
Well, I mean, I got a friend named Tequila, too. I want to talk to my friend Tequila so I can
get some inspiration.
I mean, I don't mind when Tequila comes through and the lights is on. I don't have to be in a dark hour. Just
telling you, she can help you boost that stagger swagger, fam.
Hey,
oh my God!
Every time, every time she does the job.
So tell us how we can find you online. I know that you've kicked up your Instagram a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. I've never really been the big social media dude. Folks be like, yeah, man, you should get on Facebook more. I haven't checked my Facebook in like 4 months, man.
No, I know you haven't.
Because I've been so busy, and I don't have a lifestyle while I'm sitting in front of a computer a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm always ripping around. I'm either working out or I'm writing. If I'm in front of my computer, I got stuff to do. You know, coming to hang out with cool folks like y'all, you know. So, but I'm on Instagram, Tim and K Durrett. I'm on Twitter, Tim and K Durrett, timandkdurrett.com, and on Facebook, I think it's Tim and Kyle Durrett. My full name. Yeah.
And we see all of your 6-pack pictures on your Instagram.
Somebody said,
like that every day.
Somebody on Facebook said you cheated on Charlie.
Davis cheated on Charlie. I don't know nobody named Charlie.
They said that was very hurtful.
Yeah.
Well, good. Hey, like you said, maybe that's because I'm doing my job.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So if y'all hate me, if you can't stand me because of that, then thank you. Just write in the Queen Sugar and write a stern letter that I should come back and make you even angrier. So.
Well, we can't wait to see you on the next season, and we absolutely appreciate you coming by.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thank you.
What are you grinning at?
I'm laughing at you.
Oh, okay. We'll figure out why in a minute. We'll get more on the Al Rucker Show that's coming up next.
The Al Rucker Show, as always. I love it. I love that show. That's a great show.
The show, the jingle, the segment. I mean, it's
everything.
Just like
I love everything about it. You can't. I don't think there's a better show. I wouldn't recommend a better show.
Well, no, I agree with that.
Yeah,
no, I absolutely agree with that.
Fabulous cast, beautiful people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's interesting? My mom figured this out. You can actually see the entire show on YouTube.
Yes, you can.
So she likes to watch us on YouTube and see. She's fascinated by Lala and Se7en. Those are like her quirky, favorite people. But she loves watching, so you can watch us on YouTube too.
Yeah, definitely at Al Rucker Show.
There you go again.
Everything's Al Rucker Show.
Al Rucker Show.
Social media, everything. You can follow us on everything. Facebook, Instagram.
It's like Al Rucker Nation.
Strap.
No, see, you tried.
There you go. Strap. That social media is going to take off.
But and what is the point? Like everybody had like Twitter, it's short. LinkedIn, it's professional. Facebook, it's you have conversation. What is Strap?
In between. You can go professional and ratchet at the same time. If you want a little, every once in a while you gotta have a little ratchetness in your life.
Oh my!
You never thought about it?
No.
You gotta have a little ratchetness every once in a while.
No, yeah, I agree.
You don't want to be too stuck up, too buttoned up,
too bougie.
You don't want to do that.
No, I agree.
There's a time and a place to be bougie, and there's a time and a place to be ratchet.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You may have when you go into Walmart, you just got to have your ratchet card ready just in case somebody says something.
Yeah,
you got to be ready.
You got to be prepared.
But I like Walmart.
I love Walmart.
I love going to Walmart, just walking around.
I go in Walmart determined to buy a pack of batteries, and $600 later, like we're ready for school, we're ready for Christmas. Yeah, Walmart is amazing.
I love Walmart. I just walk around Walmart, just be walking around.
I used to go to Walmart like it was vacation. Like when my kids were, when I finally could go by myself,
Walmart vacation.
I'd leave the kids at home, and Walmart was like my vacation. So
that is crazy. I look for different things to buy in Walmart. There's different gadgets.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know we would share that in common, but I'm glad we have bonded over this moment.
That's what we are. We are a team.
Absolutely.
We are entwined.
We've got a lot of great stuff coming up as this team comes together. We have Ask Al. We're going to talk about some entertainment news out front, and then we have if we could crown this one Ass of the Year, it would be good. But we have Ass of the Week. All of that is coming up. But first, we're going to get booed up, Al.
Booed up.
Booed up.
Booed up.
With LMA right here on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Rucker Show. We're at that segment we call Ass of the Week. What we got going down there, Nikki?
Well, literally, this is the Ass of the Week. I want to talk a little bit about Kim Kardashian. I don't know if you saw the recent episode on the Kardashians where she had a complete meltdown about people talking about her butt.
Wow.
And she says now that she hates her butt. But if you look at her Instagram, all we see is her butt.
Mm-hmm. That's all she talks about.
It's like, and Chloe was saying some things and her feelings were hurt. And she's like, I hate my ass. And she was literally crying about it. But she has spent so much time, so much money to develop to enhance it. And we see it all the time. Remember when she broke the internet with the champagne on the thing? I mean, so I was just so over it. I think that, people do these things, and then when they get the attention that they didn't necessarily think that they were going to get, then they want to cry about it. And I don't know.
You think she had
Absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I seen the episode, though, unless the episode was fixed, but there was an episode where she did an x-ray, and the doctor said it was all real.
Absolutely. It's
absolutely
not. Just like we talked about earlier, if I buy the weave, it's still mine.
It's still yours.
It's still mine. No, absolutely not.
This is the thing about anything permanent, man. I've lived long enough to see things come back around. I've seen, brand names die off, come back. I've seen styles die off, come back. When Mix-a-Lot dropped Baby Got Back, he said, I'm tired of magazines saying flat butts are the thing. And I've always been ahead of the curve. I'm into natural. I mean, the implants ain't never really been my thing. I'm an ass man, and it's hard to look when her, she got all this voluptuousness right there, and then her legs look like
chicken legs.
Yeah, it's so disproportionate. It's ugly. So what I've begun to favor is the natural curve. And in the natural curve, what you'll find is all that you can put a champagne glass on her back and all that stuff really don't exist with real natural women. So when natural becomes trending again, what are these people going to do with these implants?
They're going to get them taken out.
Well, and beyond
then it's
that,
going to be saggy skin.
Then it's going to be really bad. But beyond that, because Kim obviously has enough money that she can go to somebody reputable and they're putting stuff in her body that's not going to kill her. But if you look at the people who don't have that kind of money and are going to Brazil or going to these places and getting, filler put in their butt and they're dying, or their butt becomes rock hard, or they're getting sick and it's going through their body. I mean, it's really a crazy epidemic that we've placed so much importance on the size of your butt that people are willing to die for it.
But us women, though,
that's absolutely women, but men play a role because a lot of women are doing it because it's what we think you want.
Exactly.
That's
you
lies.
just said the key words.
That's lies.
Absolutely.
But most men, a lot of men love the tiger stripes in the dents.
Well, it's our badge of honor. Like if we birth some babies, you gonna get some stuff.
If you ain't birth no babies, you
that's
still
true
great.
Too.
I don't mind no tiger stripes, no tiger paws, no cellulite. Your stomach can look like a Texas road map, long as that ass right.
Yeah, exactly.
A Texas road map?
Yeah, you gonna have some stripes. You gonna have to.
I mean, I don't.
You gonna find your way in some places.
Hey,
you follow the map.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with little tiger stripes.
No, but you know what? But I think that women, and we look at like the Kim Kardashians, who look flawless, absolutely all the time.
She look absolutely airbrushed all the time.
Well, she does, but she does. But then we think that we have to live up to that standard to be considered beautiful as well.
Nah.
So you know what? I wish we could get Honeybee back on the phone, because what I want her to do is take all of it back. Because like I said in the interview with her, y'all crazy by yourself. Ain't no man told no woman, you need some ass implants. We don't even talk like that.
No one knew.
Yeah. Well, Kanye might say it, but
Yeah.
Kanye.
Okay, now I don't want to
say
even
whatever.
start a different tangent.
Kanye say whatever.
Yeah.
Kanye say, I tell her run a bubble bath and floating it like a hovercraft.
Yeah. Kanye gonna say we became slaves and we ain't run fast enough.
That is very true. Every time, that is very true.
That is
but
true,
you know
though.
what?
You
The thing that,
ran a little faster.
but Kanye is very consistent. Like he's been saying crazy stuff since 1988. Like he has not changed at all. And I don't think that people get that about Kanye.
Is it craziness or is it genius? Is he being?
Well, but some people say it's the same thing.
Yeah,
some people say when you are really have that creative genius like ability that you have to be a little bit crazy to to be able to do that. So
well, we're all a little crazy.
Some of us more than others.
True.
7.
Honeybee.
Yeah, honeybee.
Don't
definitely.
you even. Don't you
Honeybee definitely don't got no ass implants on them pictures.
He's been scrolling through her Facebook page.
Yeah.
She had a bathing suit on.
Anywho, we
was
want
screaming like, "Take me off."
We want to thank everybody for being on the show, including Mary Honeybee Morrison. We want to thank Tim and Kyle Durrett for stopping by. We had attorney Ben Crump. It's been an amazing show.
It has been.
I love Ben. I can't wait to connect with Ben.
Absolutely.
We're going to save some lives.
Yeah, I saw the look in your face. You like you was finna march
right
now.
I'll do it in a minute. I will march quick.
Well, we're gonna do it all again.
I'm with it.
So you guys make sure that you check your local listings and you all tune in.
Let's march for natural booty cheeks.
That probably would be a good march. That'd probably be a good march.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day.
Or a good run. Or squat.
Yeah.
Only you found that funny.
This is the Tiger Stripe march. Everybody got Tiger Stripes can march.
All right, everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is
See you later.
This has been the Al Rucker Show. We appreciate you listening.
Rawr.
The Al Rucker Show.